to Skein Studio. My name is Kristen. I'm also known as K10 on Ravelry, that's K10, and skeinyarn on Instagram. They're the two places I hang out most. Today is 16th of March, which is a Thursday, and I'm podcasting here in the lovely and beautiful and steamy Coffs Harbour, where it's been raining for the past, I don't know, few days, 3 days, and now it's hot and sunny and humid again. I just want to say I've got the door closed because we've got construction happening outside and the fan on. My cat's just walked in, so hopefully she doesn't start meowing. But hopefully the fan isn't too noisy, but I've got to have it on because it's very hot. So yes, this is episode number 50, and if you need to contact me, you can contact me via the website at skeinyarn.com. There's a contact page down the bottom, or on Ravelry. You can PM me. I'm a little bit slow getting back to people there, but I do. And you can email me at hello@skeinyarn.com. Okay. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, we had a giveaway from last week. The lovely Jessica GORE had sent me a few patterns as a thank you to give away. I have Brick Road socks and the Winter Dusk hat, and I did the giveaway on YouTube. And what I'll do is, after I finish the podcast, I'll actually contact the winners. So yeah, that's exciting. And that was it, I think, for the intro. Oh, and the other thing was, last podcast I was talking about the Happy Knitter podcast, which is not right. It's the Happy Knitting podcast, Julia of the Happy Knitting podcast, who's in Germany. So sorry about that. I was listening to myself when I was editing and I was like, oh, got it wrong. Okay, so I've got not a lot to talk about this week. I've had a really crappy week, just one of those weeks that just everything went wrong, and trying to deal with things like silly things. I had issues with Australia Post. I had just everything came up. And then the week before that, I've been having a few troubles with my breathing. Anyway, I went to the doctor and I've found out that I've got asthma, which is, yeah, I kind of knew that, but anyway. So I've started on these new puffers and they make my voice quite croaky, so sorry if I start having to clear my throat because it's just really annoying. Anyway, it'll pass, but yeah. So yeah, crappy week, and I haven't done it. I've done knitting, but it's been just plain vanilla socks because, yeah, that's the most comforting I find and easy to just pick up and knit on. So anyway, okay, finished objects. I do actually have a finished object. Jessica GORE gave me patterns to give away for the podcast, but she also gave me the patterns as well. So I got the Winter Dusk hat and the Brick Road socks as well. So I was dying to cast on a hat because I usually don't wear many hats in winter, but they're the best thing. They keep you warm, you know, it's where you lose the majority of your heat is on your head. So I decided that this year I was going to make a few hats. And this one I absolutely loved when she brought the design out. So this is it. As you can see, it's got this beautiful stitch pattern, this sort of geometric type. They're actually wrap stitches. You do a wrap here, but yeah, so it's just, I really like it. I love chunky designs on hats, like cables and this kind of thing. So I did the pattern as written, and she does say in the pattern that you can, if you want it a bit slouchier, you can add as many repeats as you want. I did one more repeat than the pattern, and yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. So that's it on, and that's with like one more repeat, so it is a little bit slouchier at the back, but I really like that. And yeah, I'm really happy. Fits perfectly. It was super quick to knit up. I think all up it took me about 2 days, maybe 3. And that's not full days, it's just afternoon worth of knitting. I used skein worsted in the wood smoke colourway, and yeah, it's sort of I like this colour because it's a tonal, and it has sort of blues and greens sort of undertones, and then it has this overwash of brown, and it's sort of the brown overwash really brings all the colours together. That's actually what I find when I do dyeing, is brown is such a handy colour to have, because if you put lots of colour, or even you know, similar colours together on yarn, and then you overwash it with a bit of brown, it just makes everything come together really nicely, and it kind of brings out colour, like it makes colour quite rich. It's a really good little colour to have. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. I don't know what needle size, I can't remember. I just used the needle size that's in the pattern. And yeah, it was really enjoyable to knit. And on the end, when you come to decrease at the end, I just magic looped. I didn't worry about DPNs. So yeah, that's that. I'm still working on my monkey socks. Sorry, I've got all my projects on the ground here. Where are they? So I did finish one, which I showed you last week, but I'm going to show you again because I've actually got sock blockers this time. Which I probably should have put on before I started podcasting. So there's one monkey sock. And this is using Gail's art in the lovely graffiti and asphalt colourway. It's beautiful, as you can see, lots and lots of colour, and it's such a great pattern, this monkey sock by Cookie A. Lots of people have knit it. And yeah, here I am with my second one. So I've done the leg, I've turned the heel, I'm just on the foot now, and then it won't take me very long to finish the foot. And yeah, so that's that. So I haven't really worked much on that, but maybe a little bit. I have been working a lot on Paul's socks. So yes, I did cast on last time I spoke to you. So this is using the Regia sock yarn that I showed last time. I finished one. So it's really good men's colours. It's got the navy blue at the top, and then it obviously the stripes, the nice sort of greys and reds and burgundy, and then the grey foot. And he's tried this one on and fits perfectly. And I'm just using my vanilla sock pattern, and I've just been really enjoying it after quite a stressful week. It's just so nice just to sit down with something you don't really have to think about and just knit away. Also, actually, we've been watching The Bates Motel. It's such a good series. A friend of mine was telling me about it, and because we like similar TV series, and she said, oh, you must watch it, and it is so good. I'm really enjoying it. So yes, I've knit this one, and then this is the second one that I've started. So yeah, I'm just doing the gusset decreases now, and yeah, it won't take me very long to finish, so that's great. And I've been using my awesome sock ruler. That's where you go to get one. and it's so handy. The only thing is, it is kind of hard to put in your handbag because it's quite chunky, but it's thin, so you know you can slip it in. So that's that, and of course it's in my lovely new bag from Give Me a Crown. So I've been taking these to work, but I haven't really had a lot of time to knit at work. But yeah, mainly at home while watching Bates Motel. So that's that. What else? Oh, okay, so the other thing, which I haven't worked on much this week, but this is the diary cardigan by Untitled that I'm knitting for my mother-in-law. And last time I think I was on the collar, but now I am on the body. So yeah, the collar's done like that, and then that's the back and sleeves. So yes, it's all coming together. Now this pattern just confused me so much, and it's not the pattern's fault, it's my fault. I assumed that the pattern was a raglan, but it's not. It is, oh God, what's it called? Sorry, I had to look that up. It's called a contiguous method. So it's basically a setting sleeve without having to seam. So you're setting in the sleeve as you're working in the round. And I didn't realise that's what it was. And then when I did realise it, I was like, oh, okay, I've got that. And then, because you're placing markers, you've got like so many markers on the sleeve and the front, and you're increasing at the front and sleeves and the back and doing all these kind of interesting, what do you call it, structural kind of increases. And when I found out it was a contiguous sleeve, I was knitting on it, and then I was still thinking this isn't making any sense because I should be increasing here, like so around where the shoulder is. Anyway, then I read the pattern again and found out it's an asymmetrical contiguous sleeve, so it's like completely different. It's just, yeah, a really interesting design, really interesting construction. So once I figured all that out, then I was fine. I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And then I just went on with the pattern, and it was all good. But yes, it took me a while to get into it, and I almost frogged it, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I would sit there and I just wasn't getting into, I wasn't understanding the increases, so I just wasn't getting into it because I couldn't just sit back and knit and know what I was doing. But once I actually read the pattern and found out exactly what the design or what the construction was, then it all kind of came together and made sense. And I'm going great guns at it now, and I'm so glad I didn't frog it. But yes, it's going great. So this is the, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but that's the, okay, that's the seam, the shoulder seam, right? So normal contiguous would be off the shoulder seam. So you see on my shirt, I've got the shoulder seam going down and then the sleeve cap. Well, that's how I thought this was going to be, but it's not. That's the shoulder seam, and then you're actually coming off the side of the shoulder seam to knit the sleeves. It's, yeah, it's quite an interesting way of doing it. And yeah, it's great, something different. What was I going to say? Yes, like somebody said in the group about this cardigan, it's the way it's knit. It's very substantial. So like most cardigans, when you knit them, they kind of feel a little bit flimsy, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but they're sort of you know, stretchy, and when you knit in the round, because you're not putting seams in, it can stretch out a bit. But this feels just so, I don't know, structural, and it doesn't feel like a cardigan at all. It feels more like a coat. I'm really enjoying it. So this is, I'm using skein DK Voyage it's called, and the colourway is lichen, so it's grey with the hints of mossy green, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So like I said, I haven't really knit much on it during the week, but now the weekend is here, thank God. The week is almost over. I will be knitting on it. So yeah, that is Diary by Untitled. And if you do cast it on, just trust the pattern. Don't do what I do and second guess it. Just go with it. Go with the flow. The other work in progress is the snow melt shawl, which I haven't done anything on. I was all gung-ho and I got the first clue and I finished it within I think it was like a day or two. And then I got busy with some patterns that I was writing up, and work happened and blah 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 blah. So the knit along sort of steamed ahead, and I'm still on clue 1. I haven't done clue 2 yet, but I am definitely going to get back in and do that. So I think that's all. Like I haven't, like I said, I haven't really done a huge amount. I haven't bought anything. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I do have a couple of patterns that have come up during the week that I really, or during the last few weeks, that I really like. The first one actually I was told about on the Ravelry group, and it is called Washed Ashore, and it is by Marie Green, and it's such a lovely, it's sort of it's a cross between a cardigan, an asymmetrical cardigan, and a pullover, because basically you'll see, I'll put a picture up, but it's knit in the round, but then it's kind of split so that you have, it's almost like you have like a pinned here, and then it comes down and opens up in a flap at the front. I really like it. I like the design. I like how the front has that textured sort of stitch. I don't think that's it kind of looks a bit cable-y, but it's not, it's textured. And yeah, they say it's an A-line pullover, which is great. It suits so many different body types. An easily memorized lace and moss overlap down the front, so there you go, it's lace. Ideal for spring, 3/4 sleeves, which I guess you could lengthen if you wanted to. Yeah, it's just so nice. This was knit in a fingering weight, which I have done a couple of fingering weight sweaters, and yes, they do take forever, but boy do they knit up nicely. I always find finer gauged sweaters and cardigans actually last a lot longer. I think it's because you're knitting it at such like a tighter gauge, and it's yeah, like finer yarn. It just sort of somehow sits better, stays in shape better. I don't know, but anyway. It's beautiful, and the colour that she's used is lovely. So yes, so she's used a merino and nylon blend, so pretty much, well, a lot of sock yarns use that. And yeah, of course, merino nylon washes really well and wears really well too, so I'd love to knit this. I do have the East and West, I think it's called, the hockey pattern that's lined up for next, but I would really like to knit this. And the second pattern that came up, second and last pattern, is the Kimono cardigan by Mandarins, and this is this came out not last, no, it was last week, and it's a very, very simple little cardigan that's quite oversized, but it's basically, I think, a rectangle that she's seamed at the two ends to form arms. So it's basically, yeah, a cardigan, but very, very simple. It's really, really lovely. She's got the back panel, which is a she said, I think it's slip stitch. Yeah, slip stitch. There's a little bit of lace on the sleeves, and of course the rest is in the stockinette stitch. And yeah, I really, really like this. She said she, in her little write-up of the pattern, she said she's designed it to be something that she would grab when she felt a little bit cold. And that's exactly what, as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, that'd be great in that kind of in-between season when you just, even if you're sitting in bed in the morning, like, and you're knitting, or you're reading the paper, and you just want something around your shoulders, this would be perfect. And even just, yeah, just sitting around at night watching TV and knitting, you know, it'd be so nice to have this just to put on. I really want to knit this. She has it in 3 sizes. She's knitted out of the Fibre Co. Cumbria, and it's which is a worsted, so it would go super fast. Yeah, I really want to knit this. I'm just wondering, I think I have some worsted actually in my stash, and I think I might. I'm gonna go and have a look after this, and yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much everything, I think. Sorry, it's not a really long podcast this week. I did actually go for a walk on the weekend, last weekend, because it was a beautiful day on Sunday, and Paul and I actually walked up the street to our local beach, and then up along the headland over to our favourite beach, which is called Diggers Beach. And I took the camera with me and I took some footage, so I haven't actually edited it yet, but I will after I finish doing this, and I'll put it at the end so you can have a little look at the beaches along here, along where we live. Yeah, I hope you like it. Hope it turns out okay. I haven't done it yet, so if it's a complete mess and it doesn't work, then I won't put it in, but I think it'll be alright. So, okay, I hope you're all well, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and hopefully I will have, you know, more to show, and my weeks will be much better than what I've just had. Yeah, alright, lots of love to you all, and talk to you next week. Bye.